Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Chris Ogedembe. I'm your host here on Single and Sound, Married and Blessed. Single and Sound, Married and Blessed. This platform is on relationships and family life. We learn so much about, how to actually have an excellent marital relationship. We also reach out to the singles, divorced, separated, those in families and the married, generally about relationships and, family life. I just want to welcome you once again to another broadcast. And today we're going to be continuing with our topic on the danger of social media and cell phone. That's what we're going to be looking at today. My name is Dr. Chris Ogedembe. God bless you. Thank you. As you tune in, please press the share button. If you're on our YouTube channel, please kindly subscribe. Subscribe and please do press the bell button so that whenever we upload a video, you'll be notified. God bless you. Thank you so much. Let's get going. Okay, this is part two. Let's just stop the music for a minute. This is part two of a message on the danger of social media and cell phone. And the reason I'm coming up with this is because being a counselor, I realize that a lot of homes and families, especially, marriages are being disturbed or interrupted, if not messed up, because of social media. A lot of people are finding themselves on sites that are actually affecting their relationships. People are going on pornographic sites and messing up and accessing a lot of things, and also time wise, it's really stealing our time. So the time we're supposed to be spending together with our spouses and families and or perhaps our children, and that are being taken up by social media. Now, I'm not condemning social media, because if not for the power of social media, you actually won't be watching me right now. So we are grateful, we thank God, we appreciate all those that have worked extremely hard to bring us social media platforms, be it Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and a lot of other ones that are out there, Periscope, and many others that are out there. So we are actually very, very grateful. It's made life easier in the sense that we're able to spread the gospel message across the globe. People don't have to actually be present to be present. So you could be like I'm, here broadcasting this message, and it's going all over the world. So it's the power of social media. So in a way, I don't have to be present in the 7 continents of the world. I don't have to be in Australia, North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, and all of that. I don't have to be there present. But here, through the power of social media, I'm able to reach out to all of you out there watching me. And there's a lot of people watching all over the world. So I'm really grateful for the power of social media. However, when the benefit of something is not appreciated, abuse is inevitable. And so we find that we're constantly abusing what's been given to us to make life easier for us. For instance, you get to text your wife, you get to text your husband, you get to do a FaceTime, to them. Maybe they're at work or they travel. That's the power of media. You understand? But it's come to make life easier for us. However, we shouldn't allow what's come to make life easier for us, or to benefit us, or to serve us. What's been created, to serve us should not be served by us. You understand? So you should not be living your life for the social media. The social media should be benefiting you, should be used to benefit your life. You understand? Like I'm using it now to benefit lives and to benefit my life. You understand it? But I shouldn't have to sit on it and stay on it and be. That's why you don't see me answering every what do you call it, every not every call, I'm talking about likes and all of that stuff, because I'm extremely busy on other assignments, you understand? So you really want to use it to your advantage, not to your detriment. So we don't want to be using these platforms to our detriment, or these devices to our detriment. For instance, I have my iPhone here, and that's a device. That's my Android phone. You understand? I've got my Office on it. I've got, I can access my emails on it. I can access the internet on it a lot. In fact, you understand, I don't need to have the gigantic diaries that we used to keep in those days, and with all appointments and all of that. And some people still feel comfortable using all of those, but it's easier on the device, you understand? So it's meant to serve us, you understand? It's meant to serve you, it's meant to serve me. We're meant to reap the benefits and the rewards. However, you give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. You understand? When it comes time for you to devote to your family or do other things that are, a lot of people are not even reading books anymore because they're just constantly on the phone. So we've been talking about that, and we started last week. We talked about, last week, just to have a quick recap. We said that how do you know you have a problem? How do you know that you are addicted? Because we talked about the addiction, you understand, of cell phone especially. How do you know you're addicted? When you check your phone in the night, when you text work, when you're in the bathroom and you have to carry your gadgets with you, you get anxious when you forget your phone at home, or you can't help but use your phone when you're face to face with other people. And so those are the signs that you are actually addicted. So today we're going to look at how you can actually take your life back. How do you take your life back? When I say take your life back, I'm talking about taking it back from addictions to social media. How do you take your life back from addiction to social media? Number one, you need to realize, you need to accept and acknowledge that you have absolute control over your phone, over your gadget. You have control over your device. You are the one in control. You understand who's in charge here? I remember the story of TD Jakes. TD Jakes said that he used to smoke. He used to be a smoker. And then his father kind of looked at him and said, look, who's controlling who? You're letting that little thing control you, that cigarette in your hand controlling you. Who should be controlling who? Who should be in charge? And then he said he looked at himself and said to himself, well, look, and he said, he asked myself, who's in charge truly? My dad is right. Who's in charge, the cigarette or me? It's that simple. And then cold turkey. He stopped smoking. TD Jakes, cold turkey. So the question is, you need to really tell yourself, who's in charge here? Am I the one in charge, or is it this device? Is this phone? Is it the social media? Is my Facebook in charge of my life? Is my Twitter in charge of my life? Is my Instagram in charge of my life? Some people are constantly on Instagram posting. Some are gossiping about others, some are abusing others, that's why there's so much stress now, because you're picking up negative vibes from the gadget, from the media. This one is insulting this, that one is insulting this one is coming up, coming up with negative everything. A lot of things are negative and they tend to affect us. So you need to ask yourself, who's in charge? You're in charge. So before automatically picking up your phone, your device, to see what shiny new notifications are demanding your attention, say to yourself, what's my purpose for using my phone this moment? What's my purpose? Are you reaching out unconsciously or with a specific task in mind? When you pick up your gadget, is it with a specific task in mind? Don't get me wrong, there are those who have to be on it constantly because that's their work. there are social media what do you call it, gurus. They manage people's accounts for them. There are those who create accounts. There are those who have to manage websites and all of that. So that's fine. I'm talking about a normal individual who does, and some people, they make their living in it, so they have to be on it to create business, products, and send products out. That's different. That's totally different. If you're making money with your device, then that's fine. You are on it. You have to post this. You have to create a product. You have to advertise a product. You have to know who's ordering this, and then you have to process the order and all of that. That's fine. You understand? That's not an issue at all. I'm not talking about those who have to use it to as a business. I'm talking about those who just, who don't have other things to do but waste their time, basically, because you're wasting your time if you are not productive with that thing. So you ask yourself, what's my purpose for using my phone in this very moment? You understand? So that's what you need to ask yourself. So after you've told yourself who's in charge, you want to use the power of intention before you pick your phone. Use the power of intention and ask yourself, what's the purpose? Before I pick this thing, what's the purpose? And then another thing you need to say is, listen, be honest yourself. Call up your app list. There's some applications. I look at my phone one day, I'm like, what are all these things doing on I don't even use 3/4 of them, like 75% of them. I don't even know what they are. Some come automatically with your phone or your device and that, you understand? But listen to me, ask yourself, be honest, do you really need about 80 apps, 100 apps on your phone, or even 50 apps? I doubt it. So take 1 hour, do some app soul searching. Go through each one of your apps, you understand? Each one of them. Ask yourself, how much time do I spend using this one? And then, is this truly adding value to my life? If you're not sure, start by deleting it from your home screen. If it's useful for you, you leave it there. If it's not useful, then delete it from your home screen. So that's the third thing you do. Call your app list up and delete, clean your device of things that you're not making use of, so that they're not distracting you. And that brings me to number 4. Turn off notifications that are distractive. You understand? There's some notifications that are distractive. There are some that are not. There are some notifications I allow to come in, because, I want to know, whatever's happening there and that. You understand? Like, I'm a worshiper, and there's songs that, there's some that I follow. I know if they have new songs coming, if they notify me, I want to know about it. You understand? So there are some notifications you do not need. Somehow some social media tend to think that, they you need to know immediately, which distance acquaintance commented on your, in some of the groups. Some groups we've been in, 5 years, we've not even never been active on those. You can't even remember joining those groups. You can't even remember joining them. You understand? And so they must notify you each time somebody what do you call it, offer, ask to join a group. Then they notify everybody so that you can accept them and all of that. Do you need to have all of that? So those ones that you do not need, shut all of the apps alert. And don't, if you don't need, they're disrupting, and your attention is not needed, and your time is not needed wasting to deal with those what you call it, notifications. So they don't need your attention. If they don't need your attention, if those notifications do not need your attention, then you don't need them on your phone. So take them off. Switch off the notification on them. Don't off my own notification though, because you need to know where we're coming, because this is a platform that's blessing you This is a platform that's educating you. So any if a platform is educating you, blessing you, improving your life, and is self-developing you, then you want to have the notification, so that when it comes up, there's some programs as well I want to know when they come up, so I put on the notification. So if they're on, if I'm not able to watch at that particular time, I leave it on, because I know the notification is there. I go back there, and then I press it later on, and then I watch it. You understand? You can even do it that way. You understand? So, but those that don't need your attention, then take them off. You don't need that. You understand? Number 5, pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to your surroundings. What do I mean by that? Texting whilst you're driving, texting whilst you're biking, texting whilst you're either riding your motorbike or flop bike. It's dangerous, number one. Then it steals your attention. It interrupts your focus. So when you're driving and you're texting and you're phoning, you're answering your calls and number, it's dangerous. You could get yourself killed. And cyclists have been known to be killed. Motorbike riders have been known to be killed on the road. Drivers have been known to have nasty, ghastly accidents. Why? Because they're using their device whilst driving. It's quite dangerous. Don't listen. That person can wait. That person till you get to your destination, and then you pick up the phone or you pick it up to text. They can wait. Life will not be, will not come to an obstruction because you have to text somebody, or you have to phone somebody, or you've got to speak to somebody. They can wait in case of emergency. And also, I often say to people, you think something is very important until you become sick and you know what's the most important. God forbid that you be sick. Then you realize that things that you thought were important were not important at all. So there are things that can life will go on without you doing them. That's the truth. Okay, what if you lost your phone? What if what do you call it? God forbid that you're hospitalized. Then so the those that you need to communicate with won't exist or won't go on with their lives. You'll be amazed. So that's why I said you, even husbands and wives, and that, don't kill yourself because of somebody. Because if you die, they will live. They would get on with life. If you die because of a child, that child would get on with their life. Long after you go like this, they will live a life that they don't need you. You understand? So don't think that something is so important that you endanger your life and you put your life at risk. You're thinking that, we know you're late picking your child up from school. It's wrong. You should have set out in time. But then you're on the phone, you get in the car. Instead of you to make that phone call before you leave home, or before leaving your where you are, and call the school and say, look, I'm running late, please, I'll be there 10 minutes late. You jump inside the car, you're rushing to drive to pick the child up, and then you pick up your phone trying to now call the school, but to inform them you're running late. You will get there safely in Jesus' name. But guess what? You're risking your life, and you're risking not being able to pick that child ever at all. So yes, you made the mistake, you're in error, you're in your car. At the end of the day, make sure you just get to school and you apologize instead of putting your life at risk. What am I saying? Pay attention to your surroundings. Don't let your phone interrupt your focus. Don't let your gadget interrupt your focus. Are you understanding me? Then number 6, make a list. Make a list of things that you love doing outside of just picking up your call, your phone and all of that. We call it non-phone things that you do that are not related to your telephone, that are not related to you picking up your gadgets and using them for anything. A cell phone is like a lame source of entertainment. It's a lame source of entertainment because there are other forms of entertainment. Singing to yourself, singing with your family, having a family this singing time, picking up your guitar and your musical instrument and playing is a form of entertainment. Reading book and what you call it. There are all sorts. There are other things. Playing games. When last did you play games? Some of us grew up on, is it Ludo game? Those of you who know that, I think it's still pretty much being played. But Ludo, you sat with others and you just played games. And some of you played card. Some of you went outside and you rode bikes with your children. You understand? You were your child's first teacher when it comes to bicycle riding. And that some children can ride bicycles nowadays because their parents have not been having time to teach them, because they'll rather spend that time on social media, on their gadgets, than going out and riding bikes with their children. You understand? So it's a lame source of entertainment, I would call it. You understand? So it's you take a 5-inch screen and a shrill speaker, and you're making a poor viewing of a poor viewing experience. You understand? You even when you have games on it, you lean heavily on mindless tapping. You just tapping it on it, and they're mainly echo chambers for the uninformed. Let me put it that way. Echo chambers for uninformed, and we are all informed, but don't waste your time. That's what I'm trying to say. Stop wasting your time. Make a list of real activities that you love, real life activities that you love doing. Substitute them for your phone time. Reading is something that you could fall in love with. If you don't like reading, start it. Until you start, you won't know how amazing it is reading. You understand? And then playing musical instruments. I've told you about playing musical instruments. You understand? Stay in your garden, write in your garden, and do your mowing and walk the neighborhood. Those are stuff that you can do. I like reading music. I was brought up, I learned to read music. You understand? Just picking up a musical piece that you've never heard before, but because the musical notes are there, you're able to sing the song. Yes, you're able to sing the song. You've never sort of heard it sung before, but the notes are there and you just pick it. It stems from do re mi fa sol la ti do. And so you're able to pick which one of those is because the songs are written on the notes. You're able to pick it and to the toning of it, to the height of it, to the even to the timing of it. You're able to do that, and that's fun. To me, that's fun. That's fun to me. You understand? Those are some of my ones, but there are ones that you may like, kind of playing tennis. Tennis is fun. You may like playing table tennis. You may like playing rugby in your backyard. You may like playing any form of sports. That's fun. In fact, those ones are even better for us than the phones, because why? Mentally, physically, body weight wise, it's even, we're deriving more benefit from those, as opposed to just fixing your eyes on this mini screen and then you're typing, and then some you can't even see, and you're like doing, so when you engage yourself in some other things, they're quite, you have more benefits from those than sticking your nose on and your eyes down the cell phone screen, and in wasting of time, especially if you're not even getting anything positive from it. If it's not benefiting you, and you're not, it's not productive, then if something that's not giving you benefits, then you don't have any. What you have dealing with. Some will be scrolling, and I was guilty of it. Sometimes, you just pick your device and you're scrolling, yeah? And then your mind is telling me, oh, scroll more, you might find something more interesting. Okay, that's not interesting, something more interesting will come, and then it becomes so addictive. You understand? So don't waste your time. What else do? you know you know don't take your phone to dinner. For instance, you have a date with your husband, you have a date with your wife, and if you're not already having a date with your spouse, you need to be having a date. It shouldn't be what do you call it? You shouldn't be having a date just when you're courting. You understand? Dating your spouse continues till you die. In your marriage, you date one another. You take out each, maybe once a month or once a week. As you grow older, it becomes, less. I mean, not less, more frequent, because then the children grow up. You don't need to sort of look for babysitters to come and babysit the kids, so you have more time yourself, and it's you and your spouse, and so you have more time. You perhaps by then you're even sort of winding up employment, so you have more time for one another, and so you're able to do more dates. You understand? If it's once in 3 days, 3 days, so what? You understand? So but when you're going on a date with your spouse, don't take your gadget with you. You can take it, but switch it off, or put it on silence. When you're at dinner with your spouse, how is somebody else going to be calling you? Hello, this and that? No, they can wait. Or your children are around you. When my kids are home and they're all home, everybody's home, sometimes I don't broadcast, because why? And I love to spend time with them. I want to spend time with my family, because they're all going to be gone. I might not see them for another month or whatever. Yeah, so I leave all I'm doing, and I face them, because why? I could be a blessing to you all out there if I'm not a blessing to my children, to my family. And then the Bible says, most of all, the person is the most miserable. So I want to leave everything. I'll leave the broadcasting, I'll leave everything. I want to spend, and I devote time to my children and my family. Yeah, that's the truth. No, let me tell you, there are things that are so important that you cannot exchange anything else with. Trust me. So you're on a date with your wife, with your husband, with your spouse. Guess what? Don't be on your phone. Don't be on your phone. Hello, everybody that's joining. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in. Please press your share button and share this video. We're talking about, the danger of social media and cell phone addiction. That's what we're dealing with. This is the second part 2 of it. Last week we looked at part 1, how do you know you have a problem? But now we're looking at what to do to curb it. How do you deliver yourself and take your life back from phone addiction, from social media and cell phone addictions? How do you take your life back? That's what we're looking at today. God bless you, and thank you for sharing. I salute you. I greet all of you. Thank you. You understand? So let's get back. So what do you do? How do you take your life back? How do you get back to your being, to being whom you used to be before this cell phone or this social media messed you up? You understand? So don't take it to dinner. Don't have your cell phone on your table or your dining table. You're dining with your family, you're with your children, you're having a great time. Don't be answering your calls. Don't be picking up the phones. You understand? It's always it's an unwelcome guest at a dinner. Your cell phone, your smartphone, or whatever, when you're sharing a meal, that's the most enjoyable part of your day. If you're fully present, you engage with others at the table. It's the most amazing and enjoyable time. Nothing creates a divide between you and those people and your family like the act of whipping up or your phone. You understand? You don't, and it's disrespectful. Even I know you're older than your children, but you're disrespecting your children too. You're disrespecting your husband, you're disrespecting your wife by being on a dinner table with them, and then you're picking up your phone and making calls or answering calls. Nobody is as important as your family, especially that moment when you're having your time of, your meals together. Amen. Another thing, what number 6, 7, 8, or whatever, or 9, whatever, don't take it to bed. Don't take your phone to bed. If you're receiving a lot of useless texts or phone calls in the middle of the night, you probably need to reevaluate your life. If you listen, texts can come in. Let the text be there. That's why you switch off your your notification. Even you switch off your phone, or you put it on silence. If you put it on silence or switch it off, you won't hear it. You won't hear it till you wake up, until you are ready to start your day or start your own activities. So if you have to pick up your phone in the middle of the night, or you have to pick it up to check the text that's just coming, peeping, and a text has come in. If you have to pick it up, there's something is wrong with you. You need to reevaluate your life. It's not, forgive me, I'm not being insulting, but you've got to evaluate because it means that you have no purpose. Whoever is doing that has no purpose in life. You understand? If a message is more important to you, or a text message, or the fact that somebody has liked your post or whatever is more important to you, and you have to look at it in the middle of the night, something is seriously wrong. So, like most people, there's nothing important that you need to let a phone disturb your precious quiet life, especially the moment right before you go to bed, or right after you wake up in the morning. It's ridiculous. So don't take it to bed. Don't let it. Don't have it there making noise and notifying you of messages, and then you have to pick it up. You understand? Then number 8 or whatever, or 7 or whatever, set a bedtime alarm. What am I saying about that? What do I mean? A time, and I think I mentioned it last week or something, like when your phone tells you it's time to wind up. A time in the night when your phone tells you, I call it bedtime alarm. Your time tells you, the screen-free hour follows it. That should be your favorite time of the day, when you reflect on what you've achieved and accomplished, and no more, nobody else is disturbing you. Your phone is on silent now. It's switched off. There's a bedtime alarm. It's switched off. You're now catching up with your spouse. You're catching up with your children, or you are reading a good book, or you are listening to a good motivational sort of, or just, oftentimes that's my quiet time. I get to speak with my husband. We get to discuss. We get to, wrap around ourselves and just talk and joke and crack jokes and talk about what happened in the day, and we discuss the children. You understand? So, you don't want phone. I don't even like it. The moment we get in bed, I put on this thing inside my bag, and that's it until the next morning. That's it until the next morning. So yours could be 10 p.m., yours could be 9 p.m., but let it be that it's not disturbing your quiet time with your spouse or your children or your family members. Or even if you're alone, you need time alone to yourself. Yes, you need time to yourself when it's all about you, God, your vision, your purpose, your dreams, your aspirations. You understand? Your what are you aiming to achieve in the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, 10 years, 20 years, 25 years. You understand? You get to reflect on life, get to reflect on the day. What have you done? How has life been? What am I achieving? What am I going to achieve? What do I want to achieve? Those kinds of things, you understand? So there should be a time when sweep it out. Just, push it aside. Push aside your device so that you're all alone with your family members or you by yourself. You're having a thinking party all by yourself. You understand? Okay. Number whatever it is that you're writing, if you're writing whatever number you're on, take a mini phone vacation. Take a mini phone vacation. You can go longer without it. The more you practice not having the phone, there are some of us who need it to do a lot of things, like, like I told you, my office is on my phone. I make notes. All my notes are on my phone. You understand? My notes, it's become so amazing now that, when I'm preaching or ministering in places, I'm speaking as a guest speaker at events or during my crusades or conferences and that. My children got me out of using my notes. I used to be a notes carrier where I would take my notes to the altar or to the pulpit or whatever, and I use my notes. So I'll be, flipping my pages as I'm ministering or teaching or preaching or whatever it is. And then my children say, "Mom, times have changed. Use technology is there. You have iPad, you won't use it. You have this, you won't use it. Just go, So guess what? So I got converted and I started using my iPad. So I do my notes and it's amazing. So I do my notes on my phone, I do my notes on my iPad. So I take it with me. So if I'm called upon to minister on any subject, I'm never caught unaware. No. Never. Because why? I've got my, once I have my phone or my iPad, my notes are all there, and they synchronize. If I have another gadget, the moment I sign into it, it comes on that gadget as well. So yes, it does make life easy. But guess what? Just because it's, I make it to serve me. I make my devices serve me. I don't serve them. I don't live for my devices. They live to serve me. And that's the way it should be. Use them to your advantage, not to your destruction. Hello, use those devices to your advantage to propel you to advance your cause and to make you more productive. Don't use them to disrupt your home, your family life, or even your own life. You understand? Don't use it to waste your destiny. Many people use it to waste destinies on them. That was the main reason when initially I didn't want to sort of get involved in social media, because of the time wasting. My youths will be saying, they're on social media, they're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, and then they'll be telling me, I'm like, what do you do on there? Oh yeah, we just hang out, we just talk to each other, it's like a group, but we just talk. I said, you just talk. Yeah, it's fun. How long? Just 2, 3, 4, 5 hours sometimes. Said, Mommy, is a waste of time, really, but that's what we use it for. So I never wanted to get on social media because of that. I said, really? Is that it? So you just chat and and that's it? And then I said, no, I don't want. So for years, I didn't get into social media. It wasn't good for me not to be on it, because in ministry would have helped me a great deal. So don't be a novice neither, that you totally sort of, some people are, they are quite the opposite. They condemn everything on social media. They condemn the whole use of it, whereas you use it to your advantage. You understand? So it does come with a lot of advantages, so you use it to your advantage. You understand? So, but take vacation, mini vacation, turn your phone off, put it in a drawer in the evening, or a day, or a whole day. Tell people you're taking a phone break, or so they will know not to miss you. Put it on your social media pages. And say, look, if you have to, you don't really have to tell anybody, really. But if you have to, say, look, so for a whole week, I'm not going to be posting or coming on social media. So I'll see you when I get back. That's fine. So people know. If you think it's that important, then you can do it that way. After a while, you start to notice, a return to the natural human state of contentment, of joy, of peace. You understand? It's like it cleanses you off of your. To me, that's what it does to me. It's a cleansing time for me. It's a cleansing procedure. Detox. You understand? So your system, your mind, of all the garbage you have read, you've heard, the abuses, the insults, the some perversion, you understand, the unfair judgment maybe of the judiciary system, you understand. It just cleanses those things that mess up your mind when you hear them, when you read them, you understand. You like, everything that pollutes your mind. When you take a social media break or a cell phone break, those things, you're cleansed off of the worries and the cares and the anxiety and the, what you experience that messes your spirit man up. It cleanses you of all that and puts you in your right mind and you're content with there's a kind of joy you feel, you understand. There's a kind of fresh refreshing. You feel fresh all over again. It's like taking a nice deep bath, and it's really with beautiful oil, aromatic oil and all of that, and then your body is cleansed. And your mind, that's the way, what it does to your mind. It's so mind cleansing when you take a social media break, a mini phone vacation, where nobody's calling you, shouting at you, asking for this, telling you something is wrong, this and that, or bringing you bad news, just news that are just not pleasant, or sending you texts that are not. Do yourself a favor. A friend of mine said that his staff, they took his phone for a whole week. They told him no phone calls, no messages, no receiving or calling, nobody's calling. He said that was the best time of his life. That was the most amazing thing the staff could have ever done for him. He said for a whole week he didn't have access to his phone. He said initially he was like, how will I survive? Oh no, I need my. He said, boy, it was amazing, and that he was shocked to see that he actually did survive, that he survived, and that he said the atmosphere was, the serenity, the atmosphere was peaceful, amazing. So he said he felt the peace of God. He felt so much joy, like this heavy weight taken off of his shoulders. No more worries. So he wakes up, he's fresh. He wakes up, he's able to read his Bible and commit to the Lord in prayer. And he said it was so. He said since then he's been doing it every so often, every now and then, where for a whole week he doesn't have access to his gadgets. You try it, you'll be amazed. It will work out for you. And lastly, yes, you may take a short break, but life is calmer without your phone, without your other things. Life can be a challenge that you escape from into your phone, or a daring adventure that you embrace fully with the presence of as an open heart. You can tell which side I'm on. You can tell which side I'm on. But where do you stand? You understand? Yes, I do use these devices. However, I do take breaks. I take social media break. I take phone break, where I switch off. Doesn't matter where you're looking for me from. I'm alive, but you won't get me. Because why? And at times I call my solitude oftentimes, and I do that once in a month, where a few days I shut down everything and I am in solitude, where it's a place of aloneness with God, where I'm just there. I'm praying, I'm studying, I'm researching, I'm enjoying it. I'm reading books. I'm listening to music. I have my what do you call it? Um, sound system. I still have my CDs, great CDs. You understand? And those moments are powerful, powerful. Do you understand? And I have a particular phone that nobody else has. I use that to get into my worship, and I'm just alone with God. Amazing. Oh, listen, I hope we've been a blessing to you. I hope that's been a great blessing actually. I hope that thank you, a lot of you that have been reaching out and telling us how much of a blessing, how that you really needed that, that, oh wow, that you were so guilty. So many people felt they were so guilty. But listen to you don't need to feel guilty. That's why we're doing this. You just, because unless somebody brings it to you. And the reason I'm doing this is because it's affecting our family lives. That's why I'm doing it, so that it doesn't affect your marital life, it doesn't affect your marriage, it does not affect your time with your children. I mean, so I don't, you won't see me at home. We get home in the evening. I you won't see me just picking up calls and talking to somebody. No, no, no. I'm doing it. I'm home. My kids are home. My husband's home. Everybody's home. I want attention. You understand? And even if they may not even, especially the kids may be in their own room doing their own things and doing whatever they want to do. Yes, but guess what? I still create that time and leave it there for if they need to come to me or approach me. So I'm not talking to anybody on the phone, or stealing that time, just because they're not around, or they don't need me, or they are living their own world, or they're in their own room doing their own things. No, I still leave that time there. You understand? So hey, I pray it's been a blessing to you. That's our part 2, and that's how we're going to leave it for now, unless it becomes necessary again later. I did do one about over a year ago, so but this is from a different angle, you understand, from like cell phone addiction, really. You understand? So please take control of your life. Control your own life and control yourself. You are the one in charge. Don't let those devices control you. You be the one controlling it. You are the one in charge of your life. You have a right to live a life without disrupting it with all of these gadgets that are meant to be serving us, so that you don't become, a destiny. You don't waste your destiny. Time is precious. Time is going. You're that age today. You won't be that same age next year. That's the truth. You're 30 today. You're going to be 40 next time. 50, 60, 70. And then before you know it, 80. If you're lucky to reach that, 90. 100. If you're really blessed to even 100, what can you do at 90 to 80? So spend that time building your destiny, so that your tomorrow shall be well. God bless you. I hope we've been a blessing to you. Thank you so much for sharing it. Thank you so much for, let's know. You write your own comments, whether negative or positive. Write it. Let's know what you think. Let's know your own thoughts. Let's know, what we don't know, that you feel we've not put in there. Just put it in the box, and let people be able to learn from that. God bless you. Hey, this is your host here, Dr. Chris Ogedembe. On this is, we do 2 programs actually. We do 2 programs. We have Single and Sound, Married and Blessed, and we have Parenting Without Tears. So Parenting Without Tears, we usually do the broadcast on Saturdays at 10 o'clock UK time, and I think that's 11 in Nigeria, and then in India that's kind of 3 o'clock, and then in New York that's 3 o'clock as well. So you check the time zone in your area and just join us. And then on Sundays we come with Single and Sound, Married and Blessed. You understand? So please join us on any of the platforms. If you're not able to, then go back and watch the play. I mean, watch the broadcast and make it a better. You can download it. You can write notes from it. You can teach it to others. You can give it to others as whatever. Freely we're giving, freely we are giving it back. So we're not selling anything on this platform. Everything we're bringing to you, you can use in your own groups, in your church. If you're a minister, if you're a teacher, you can write them down in form of notes and you can teach it to others. Freely we have given it to you. It's not an issue at all. You don't need our permission. You can use our materials whenever, wherever, however. You understand? So long as you're blessing lives. And God bless you till I come your way again next time. God bless you. Do have a good day.